Good morning, boss.
Good morning.
Yeah, it's morning now.
Yeah.
It's also 36 degrees out. She was complaining because she said it's her anniversary and I'm making her work on a cold, windy day. Right?
Yes. But we're sitting here at the gas station and we're admiring, like we always do. Our children complain because everywhere we go, we can't help it. I'm sure that you guys are the same way. But, like, I mean, we're not mean, we just critique, you know?
And admire, like, different things, like...
So, like, the first thing I noticed was that there's dandelions. Or, I mean, not dandelions.
Daffodils?
Daffodils. There's daffodils.
Yeah. They came up really early this year.
I mean, that are bloomed. I'm not lying to you. You can see these two branches right there, hopefully.
See the ones right there? The boss wants to go out there and hack it off.
Yeah, if I were to go over there and pull them apart, you would see that
And that one crack right there.
Yes.
There's a crack there there's two branches are fused together.
One, when you prune a planting, it sends it into shock.
Yes.
And we were told last night that it actually sends out
chemicals, right?
Yes. That lets bugs
find them.
Yes.
Through the air.
Yep.
And go right to the plant that it's looking for because the plant's injured and stressed.
Yeah.
So it puts out the chemicals, and then when the bugs smell it, they fly through the air and get it.
Yeah. So this tree right here, actually, what are those knots down there? I bet you those knots are something, aren't they?
Well, we learned quite a few things
Something
about
about
insects,
borers
and stuff. So.
Yeah, and there is a type of borer that actually really likes crepe myrtles. I should go out and investigate further.
We have to go to
I'm
work.
not going to, because this is not our property. And the other thing that I noticed was that this evergreen must have something, because it's starting to lose its needles from the bottom.
Well, what were
up.
we told? The spruce, right?
Yeah.
They brought spruce here and planted
They don't belong
them,
here.
and they don't belong here. So no matter what, you can plant them small. They'll be pretty for a little while. As they get older, they start dying from the bottom up. And he was telling us that in Colorado, this happens too in the lower elevations because they don't belong there neither.
Right.
So that's just what he told. So now that the boss went to class, so that was a good idea, taking the boss to class with me. So she's going to be on everybody's property looking for disease and bugs, and so we'll see, right?
I'm excited to actually take the next class, which I think is on my birthday. I enjoyed it.
Definitely. So I'm going to go put air in the tires and take the gas pump out.
Okay.
And we're going to get to the pear tree.
All right.
And I'm sure we have more to talk about.
So the class is April 9th on my birthday, and it is plant disease.
Wait, is your birthday, what day is your birthday on?
April 9th, a Thursday. Plant disease pest management. So, but he talked a little bit about what diseases last night.
Yeah,
right?
in the intro, he got a little bit into diseases, which I was glad he did. He was talking about
like pink thread, and I only knew about red thread, so pink thread was something new to me. But there's so many. Yeah,
there's a lot of different diseases. But he talked about the ones that he's been seeing around here. I mean,
which was really good, and that's why you should definitely get into your local extension office.
Yeah, because some areas, sometimes if the conditions aren't right for certain diseases around here, we won't get them as prevalent as if other diseases, if the conditions are right.
Yeah, and he actually said, which I was unaware of also, is that North Carolina State University actually does testing of diseases. So like if you do a huge planting landscape and you lose everything, and you think that it's because they overwatered or underwatered, and you want to make sure that you are not the cause
you can send the pieces of the plants.
Yeah, it costs money
to get tested.
Yeah. But I thought that was pretty interesting too. I didn't know that. Did you know that?
No. So boss, we're at the job, not the first job. There's a few we're going to do. We're going to cut down this pear tree. And we are going to be using the Kombi and a chainsaw. We don't have any bucket truck or anything, any special tree tools. We're just doing this for a client, and we only take down maybe one tree every couple years, right?
Now, keep in mind, Carl does have tree experience. He worked with a tree company when we lived in Jersey.
Yes, I ran all the ropes on the ground, and I drugged the trees to the chipper. And me and my brother did that with a really good guy up in Jersey. But we used to drag whole trees to the chipper and feed them into the thing. So this is the tree we're going to take down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start like limbing it out here, just taking it down piece by piece, because we're not going to get the whole thing in the trailer. So we're going to come back at 2 different times. And I know that's time consuming and eats up some money, but this is our slow season.
Right.
And we're going to make our hourly rate anyway. So let's go ahead and get this done, boss. Okay, so the boss is cleaning it up. My phone ran out of storage. I started limbing this. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish doing a lot until we fill up the trailer. And then once we get to the bigger pieces, we'll figure out what we're gonna do there. I'll bring my rope back maybe and get a rope up in there so Rachel can pull it down some. So let me go ahead and get that done. Okay, that's what we got done so far. I might take off this little bit here, but I gotta fit all of this into here. And this is what we got in here so far. Full house. So boss, right? What's the moral? Don't be afraid to use what you got to do a job.
As long as you're being safe.
As long as you're being as safe as possible, right?
But use what you have. I mean, you don't have to go out and buy big, fancy equipment.
Like, to be honest with you, I can take this whole tree almost down with that Kombi if I really want, right?
Yeah.
And I probably will take all of it down except for the trunk with the Kombi.
Yeah.
But, okay, we're going to get this loaded in, see if there's any more little ones we can get in.
Do you want to explain to them a little bit that, to do your research, because there's ways to make the notches too, to make it fall the way that you want.
Yeah. Definitely. If you want to, like, say you were cleaning this tree up to keep it, you definitely wouldn't cut from the top down and let the branches fall. You'd want to put a little notch on the bottom, or a little cut at the bottom, and then cut through so it doesn't peel off.
Right.
And I'm no tree expert, but that was 20 years ago I did, or
no,
12 years ago, 13, that I did tree work. But same thing.
About 12 years ago.
If you want to keep it from like bending down, getting caught and hitting and flinging out, you could also put a cut underneath and then cut the top down, and that'll help it fall straight down. Now, when I go really slow with the cut, that's because I'm trying to get the branch to tilt down a certain way.
Right.
So, like I said,
I figured. I just wanted to make sure, because they don't see
what I'm doing. It's all time lapse.
Right. It's all time lapse. So I just wanted, if somebody's thinking that they can go out and do tree work, I just want to make sure that they're going to do their research and understand that there is certain cuts and different notches.
And don't, like we said, don't be afraid to use the tools you have, even if they're not the right ones. Just do it safely. Just like doing 30 commercial mower accounts. You shouldn't use a homeowner's riding mower, but some people do. That's all they have. Yep. Especially when you're starting. So we're going to clean this up now.
Yeah.
And then see what we have.
trouble. He almost just broke my phone.
The wind blew the ladder over and landed on the concrete, put some pretty nasty scratches on it. I'm sorry, I'll show you the after we get this cleaned up.
And my phone is always the nicest out of everybody's.
Are you complaining,
But
Mark?
then you get a hold of it.
Look how much just what we took off opens everything up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back and get the rest of this. Rachel's blowing off all the fertilizer I spread down on this house here, this one, and we are redoing all the mulch on this house right here in the next couple of weeks. So it took us an hour and 10 minutes, roughly I think an hour and 20 minutes to do all that, and we fit it all in here. And I'll take it home, burn it all. But I know it's not the best way to do it or the fastest way to do it, but we were up here, we had to fertilize like 3 or 4 accounts up here, so we said let's bring the trailer and start taking some of this down. So okay, till Monday, we'll be back Monday probably to do as much more as we can on this one. Now, I know it doesn't fix the problem. I went and stomped down all these mole holes. This is the one we treat. I'm gonna have to put mole repellent on here because they come from this yard, as you can see. Look over here. They're like really, really bad here. We don't treat this one. It's all moles. So they go into the other yard. Okay, we're done.
So we have another story though, because it is our anniversary.
We're gonna be talky today.
Yeah, talky.
But you guys will see a time.
So, yes, we did get married on Valentine's Day.
A cliche, like
yes,
everybody says.
A very big cliche. And thank you for everybody who is saying happy anniversary. You don't need to do that. We appreciate you guys.
Yes, and it's our 20-year anniversary.
Yeah.
People didn't watch the videos before this.
Yes. So, we came back from... We did just get married at the courthouse.
Yes, by the mayor.
Yes, by the mayor. So we came back to our house and we actually had our nephew and we were going to go shopping because we were getting ready to take a trip to Florida to see my mom. So kind of...
For our honeymoon.
Yeah, for our honeymoon. It's so silly, I know. But we just had other plans.
Yes.
You know, we did not want to put a whole lot of money into a wedding and all that. We put money into our house, exactly. And we wanted to have children. Yes. So and hopefully this isn't too much information and hopefully you guys enjoy personal stories also.
There are.
So we came back, we were getting ready to go to the store and I was like, man, I'm gonna have to get my ring fitted. And you guys notice that neither one of us wear rings now because we're landscapers.
I lost mine in a mulch pile.
You know, you can't wear it.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm going to have to get my ring fitted. Floop! And it flew off my finger and flew down where we thought was just right there.
The seat. Just
by
right
the
next
seat.
to a seat.
Right, by Carl's seat. So Carl looked and he was like, it's not there. I'm like, what do you mean it's not there? He's like, Rachel, it's not there. I just looked. We looked everywhere. In the back seat. Like at this point we had to take my nephew out of the car.
I took the seat out of the car. It was my Mustang. I actually took the seat out of the car because I couldn't find it.
Right. So yes, the next step was taking the seat out. So he still couldn't find it. He's like, I don't know. So he starts feeling around on the floor. And where was it, buddy?
It somehow flew down the seat into the crack where the carpet comes up against the brackets and somehow got down underneath the carpet.
Yes. So he had to rip up the carpet to the Mustang.
I don't know how it got there, but it did.
And we found it. So thankfully, thankfully we were not driving and it fell out of the vehicle.
Oh my goodness.
But gosh, it was like so many hours. It was crazy.
And 20 years later.
I know. 20 years later, we still remember the story, and we're able to tell it, which
Yes.
I'm very thankful.
Me too. What was that, boss?
You made me work so hard on my anniversary. Oh,
Well, we're not done yet, man.
I'm done.
What do you mean you're done? She kind of has to blow off the fertilizer that we do.
Yeah, that's it.
So we're going to go run and do some of them, and then I think we're done for the day. So this is another one. We kind of been at it for, this will be the second full season doing everything. Our biggest issue in here is moles. That's what we've been fighting. But there is a lot more grass cover than there is weeds at this time last year. Like you can see all this is baby grass right here.
Yeah,
everything.
Like look at all this.
Yeah, see it all coming in.
And these, if you guys don't know, will form a clump,
Yeah.
which is what fescue is.
Same here. See all the little tiny.
But what is this weed? Does anybody know what this is? Do you know what that is? Like a geranium of some sort.
I think
it
so.
looks.
Yeah, wild geranium.
So.
I wonder if I can come and hit. I'll have to hit this before it gets too crazy with a post. Unless we get a hard freeze tonight. It's supposed to go down to 21 tonight and 20 tomorrow. Maybe it'll kill off a lot of these weeds.
Yeah, so if anybody knows exactly what this is and if the freeze will definitely kill it.
Yeah, I think it's wild geranium. I think you're right.
It does look like
It's just baby. It's seeded.
What?
It just started sprouting. That's why.
Yeah, it
So.
looks like a geranium.
Hey, boss.
How are you?
We're back out. We dropped the trailer off because we had to go back for Chase, and we are about to fertilize a new account we picked up for fertilizing.
Yes.
Somebody else was doing it for many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing it different, and he's retiring. They're doing different than we are. We're putting down more fertilizer. He was doing, I'm not sure.
He was doing half rates at times,
Yeah,
and
during the season.
yeah, and we don't work like that.
No. So we gave him a quote. It was because what he showed us, told us exactly what he was charged, and we gave him a quote. It was probably $200-300 more, right? And he went with us. So let's go ahead and get out and do this. And I'm going to show you these crepe myrtles. I just have to show you the crepe myrtles.
They're gorgeous.
Even though they're a new client, I have to show you these crepe myrtles. I admire them.
Yeah, he said that they were hacked at one point, I think he said, but he's been trying to bring them.
You'll see the trunks on these trees.
Yeah,
they're
big.
Gorgeous. Okay, let's go get this done.
Oh, and I do want to mention actually that this client, when we were quoting him, he told us to quote him, and he's approved it with his neighbors to go like 5-10 feet into their.
Yeah, we're going to be fertilizing 10 feet into the neighbor's yard so we can keep weeds at bay. He's very good with the neighbors. They all agree. Yeah. So
I just thought that I wanted to share that with you guys because, you know, there are some clients that do understand that the necessity of being on a program and consistent is like a must.
Definitely works. We're noticing after ones that we just started last year, they're starting to look better and better now. You guys, if you can notice in the pictures we've been doing before, there is somewhat weeds because we can't put a pre-emergent down in November, October, when we do the seed.
Right.
So with this warm weather we've had, there's no pre-emergent. So some of these seeds, like chickweed and everything, have been germinating, and some of them haven't, and we can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Just gonna get taken care of when we spray.
Yeah. So.
Basically, and that's why we spray twice a year.
Yes.
Once in the spring to get any weeds that
had
popped before the pre-emergent, and then once in the fall before we aerate and seed.
So let's go ahead and get this done. So here's this one. Took it over. As you can see, it all looks good. You only have a couple of weeds in this one because it's been treated over time. Like this weed here. I mean, I'm just gonna pull it out. Make sure you get the root. But there ain't many weeds in this one, so the boss has got her work cut out for her. She's got to keep it weed free.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Really nice, but look, here's this crepe myrtle, guys. I told you, see how big they get? And this one might have been chopped once down, but Look at the size of the trunk. Yeah, you can. Look at the size of the trunk on this. Beautiful, isn't it? It's a thing of beauty. Right, boss? Yeah, you can. Here's another one that they sometimes have to cut because of the wires. But look, here's the next one. When we buy our house, I'm planting a lot of pretty crepe myrtles. Hey, boss, it's dark out.
I know. That's why we had to come in here. So we wanted to say thank you for watching.
And thanks, everybody, for wishing us happy anniversary.
Yeah, it's really awesome that you guys like care about us that much. You really don't have to.
Now, the boss ain't taking me out nowhere tonight for my anniversary.
We're not going anywhere.
No, we're hanging out at the house.
Yeah.
But you can see little Red's back there ready to get worked on.
Yeah.
We're going to bring her in when it gets warm again and wash her up and clean her up like the rest.
Yep.
So, guys, thanks for watching. We really, really do appreciate every one of your comments, every one of your likes and shares. Even the dislikes we like. We don't get many, but we still like them.
Yeah, you're at least watching the video.
So please like, comment, subscribe, and share.
And be happy.
Or at least try. Have a good night. Have a good Valentine's Day night.
Yeah.
By the time you see this, it'll almost be over. So, okay.
Have a good one.